So class, this will be a full-fledged video of my Subaru series. If you guys have already seen from part 1 into the recent video that we made, this is every single part combined into one big video. This has been possibly one of my favorite series to actually sit down and record, and you guys seem to enjoy it too. So with enough yapping, let's get into this short film. So class, I was rewatching ReZero to catch up on the new season, right? And all I gotta say is chef's kiss. So while I was watching it from the beginning, I actually really started to notice something. Subaru made some dumb decisions in the beginning, and I kind of want to go over them and see if I can do better. Now, for the sake of, like, you know, the length of the video, I'm only going to be going over 3 scenarios throughout the first episode. But if you guys want me to do more, then hey, leave it down in the comments and leave a like on this video. Now, I also wanted to make this kind of fair going in because I kind of already know what the hell is going to happen. So throughout this entire challenge, I'm going in with the knowledge that Subaru has up until that point, so practically nothing. And also, I have rules set to where, like, if they bring certain items to a world, or if they give like a special ability to that character, I will also have. So I can't just be like, oh man, I'll just pop a domain expansion. Like, no, I can't do that because they can't do that. If they go into the world with 2 nickels and a dime, I also got 2 nickels and a dime to work with also. So we're getting all the rules and everything established. Let's see if we can make better decisions than Subaru. So we already know how this starts off. He's in a convenience store, he walks out, and then boom, he got isekai from no signs or no nothing. He didn't die or nothing. He just got transported. Now, this is scenario number 1, actually getting transported into the world. Because let's be for real, we stop at this point. Like, if we get isekai to a different world as ourselves, because in most isekais they either die and then they get reborn into that world to where they can actually learn the language. We don't know the language of this world, so to be honest, we stop here. But luckily enough, Subaru can somehow understand these people, so we keep it going. You know, that is a good question. How did Subaru, like, actually understand these people? Did they ever go over that? I don't really know. But we're getting on track. So we see Subaru walking around the area and try to, like, see where he's at. Point A, when he tries to, like, extend his hand and shoot out magic and nothing happened, that should have been our first clue that we don't got jack. So with us knowing that we do not have any type of magic, when we make it to, like, this Apple stand, our currency is not even worth anything either. So we don't got no magic, we don't got no powers, and we're broke. Damn. The Trinity. So truly speaking, I really do not have nothing to say about Subaru because everything is just kind of just unlucky up until this point. But what I do gotta say is when he walks into like this bar area or whatever, what happened here? He put his hand on your shoulder. Why are you covering your eyes? And at the same time, why are you still moving with your eyes covered? This man has the freaking brain capacity and survival instincts of a dirt brick. And now when we get into Exhibit A, the first scenario that got me thinking that Subaru is actually a freaking idiot. Because why are you going into a dark alley with a one-way exit?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You're literally asking to get robbed. Oh, look, let's look at that. Now, in this scenario, when we getting walked down by 3 muggers, okay, we have 1 or 2 options that we can go for. Okay, we're definitely not doing that. In option 2, I kind of messed with what Subaru was going on. He ended up fighting the freaking robbers. Like, my only thing is that he did not use his resources because as you can see, he's in like this alleyway with like this crate. He has like, you know, the bag full of snacks. He could have made a bag full of rocks. You could have made an equalizer because, hey, he has knives.
Oh, scary.
Now, if option B does not work, we also have the secret option. Lying our ass off. Hear me out. He has his phone. He knows he's in like a fantasy type world. If you get transported to a fantasy world, he literally just proved to us that he thinks that there's magic in this world. Why wouldn't you like pull out your phone and say, hey, I got like this mystical magical item to where if I flash you with it twice, because he can like, you know, do like the little camera flash once to show them that it works. He can be like, yo, if I flash you with this 2 times, you instantly actually die. It's the ultimate plan. You can simply just lie to them. They look like they don't know nothing. They look like they ride the short bus. So if option B does not work, I feel like surely option C would work. But in the end, Subaru chose option 1. I feel like in this scenario, I feel like option 3 would be the best outcome, because now you actually have like something that could work in this world. Now, when we get to the time to where if you actually have to flash somebody twice and they don't die, or if they call your bluff, then we're kind of just fucked at that point. I don't know what to do. But with Subaru choosing option 1 and getting jumped all the way up until Amelia shows up, here's where everything starts to get even stupider. Like, everything was going well up until this point. He's talking to her, making friends. He even made friends with Puck, her literal guardian spirit thing. But when we get into scenario 2, when they enter into the slums, all 5 of Subaru's brain cells just went down the drain. Because what possessed you? What took over your body to make you think that you are going to be going into this unknown building you know nothing about and walk in there by yourself when you have another person with a guardian spirit with them? Instead of me walking into this building like a dumbass by myself, I'm literally gonna tell Amelia, hey yo, let's check out this thing together. Why would I tell the person that can use magic to stay outside? You are literally an idiot. Now, carrying on, when he actually walks into the building, right? When he walks into the building, he has like the little light thing on his phone and stuff. When you seen the dead body, why didn't you yell for help? Why did you stay silent for so long? Like, what the hell was going through your mind? You trying to tell me you got shocked to seeing a dead body and your immediate reaction isn't to yell? Help! Help! What? And now that you witnessed the dead body and then you ended up getting stabbed your damn self, now you're bleeding out on the floor and you're still not yelling for help? You could have told Emilia to either run or come and save you, because we know that she got healing capabilities. Now, whether she's gonna clutch up or not is you can take a guess of that, but it's the fact of the matter is you did nothing here. Like, I know people are going to be probably in the comments like, oh, but Nexus, like, if you get stabbed, you're going to be worried about the pain in your sternum where you got stabbed from. You're not going to be able to call for help. BS. If I get stabbed, I'm yelling. That's my call for help. I'm literally yelling, ah, I got stabbed or something, bro. I'm not just going to sit there and wallow in my own pain and blood. And then I already been over this. As soon as Amelia opens up the door, you could have like did something. You could have said anything to warn her that, yo, there's somebody in here with a knife and they stabbing people. But nope, you got her done up. Now both of y'all dead. After getting revived and at least having some sort of common knowledge of what the hell just happened, he still doesn't know what happened, but at the same time, he knows that he's been here before. Walking back into the same alleyway is the same beef, but this isn't scenario 3. I just want to bring the fact up of where was this energy at when you 1v3'd them the second time? Am I wrong? Now, when it comes to scenario 3, when he actually makes it back to the bar earlier than expected because now he knows where to go, this part of the video probably might take up majority of the runtime, okay? Because this whole thing is just a buttload of bullshit. Like, everything that Subaru has done up to this point, I feel like I will also do. Like, I will try to go back to the same area that I literally lost my guts to, try to figure out what the hell is going on. But he knows that Felt, the little blonde chick, is going to be here to trade the item. Where scenario 3 starts is when this chick walks into the door. The baddie. Okay, we can't. Stay focused. When she walks into the room, all cognitive thinking from each party has just got thrown out the window, okay? Now, everything that Subaru has done, from the deal and actually securing the freaking insignia for Amelia, was all good. There is nothing that I can say that he did wrong. Now, what he did, and when I say all cognitive thinking I just got thrown out the window, when she simply asked,
by the way, What do you intend to do with that insignia anyway?
And he tells her,
Oh, I'm gonna look for its owner, then return it to her.
What did he say?
this is post-editing Nexus, by the way. I just also have to show this clip because she was going to leave if he didn't say anything.
It ended in disappointment, but at least I got to have a drink, so I'll be taking my leave now.
Boy, I'm about to crash out. I'm about to spaz. I'm really about to spaz. Cause why the hell did you tell the truth? Why can you not read the room? You are in like a drug deal or whatever. Why can you not read the room? Why did you tell the truth? But Nexus, how was he supposed to know that she was gonna start murdering people? If I had a knife pulled out me in an alleyway for some bags of chips and cup noodles, what makes you think that she put 5K down on the table for some damn metal thing that she doesn't have a weapon on her? You might just be dumb as Subaru if you think that that would not be my first thought. With him making that one mistake caused the whole chain of events of this whole catastrophe. Because everything that happened here was dumb as hell. For starters, Felt saving Subaru and them landing on the floor and just watching Rom old ass 8 billion, depending on however old he is, fight this woman in her 25s or mid 30s. Why are y'all not helping? Like, I understand Subaru does not have any powers. He does not have like anything going for him. But I can see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 potential things that he could do here. And that's throw stuff, throw a table, throw a chair, or throw something light. Something that will help distract her away from Rom. Anything. And Felt, you literally have weapons. You kind of can match her speed. Now, I don't know whether if you know how to fight. Clearly not. But at the same time, doing anything to try to help out that old man would be, like, pretty useful, in my opinion. A 2v1 is better than a 1v1. The 3v1 might as well just be devastation for that one person. They are getting jumped. But no. No. This part right here isn't the part that got me mad. Because if you look at where Felt tackles him, right? He tackles him to the right side of the screen. If you look right here, No, because y'all don't understand. Okay, look. She's sitting right here on his left side, and then Felt sees the attack that she's about to do. So she tackles him to the right side, lands on the floor, okay? Lands on the floor. And if we can, like, you know, kind of look at it scene by scene, you can see that the main door is right here. And where she tackles him is right by the door, exactly where it is. Look at where the table is. This is exactly where they sat down. She would tackle him right here. So they will land theoretically right here. Y'all are just throwing your own elo. Why didn't you run? The door is right behind you. Why didn't you run? You got what you came here for. Run. Take off. Yeah, they're gonna die probably, but you got what you came here for. You can hide. You don't know these people. Like, you're just standing here watching literally somebody's execution. Just run. Why did he take off the doors right there, bro? You literally cannot make this up. Why do people defend this man again? Oh my god, bro. I'm literally sweating. I'm sweating IRL, bro. This whole analyzation thing is about to raise my blood pressure. This man is actually stupid. Like, oh my god, I actually kind of forgot what the video was about. Oh my god, I forgot what the video was about. This is gonna be all over the place. So where we left off, we already know, like, they were fighting in the bar. We already know what happened. Subaru picks up the club. Amelia's backing him up with the magic up until, you know, Poppy Reinhardt appears just to one-shot her. After that whole thing, we see Subaru waking up in a bed. Now, here's where the first arc of the video starts, okay? the mansion. Now, there is a lot of key details that we gotta look out for. A lot of key details. For starters, when he's walking around the mansion and he walks into a random door and he sees this blonde hair lolly sitting in a chair that also speaks in I supposes.
I suppose. Drum, I suppose. And I suppose.
Seeing anybody sit in the middle of a library reading a bunch of books and just having them all on the floor and stuff, we gotta know that they have to have some type of strength to their name. And my theory gets proven correct because as soon as she gets up out of her chair, she knocks us out.
You don't know who I am? Well, you finna find out. Your barbecue, boy.
This isn't like the first scenario, but like, to be honest, like, who the hell is giving somebody Yappalations 2040 in a library? Like, I would have done the same thing if I'm reading one of my mangas and somebody's interrupting and talking like this too. That's besides the point. Waking up back into the same exact bed, we wake up and now we see two brand new people. Now, we can argue and say that the first mistake that Subaru made was not switching teams on Amelia, because shit, I would have chosen Rem any day out of the week, okay? But that's not dealing with the topic. Throughout this whole entire episode, like, nothing pretty much happened. We're just seeing him go through, like, you know, day-to-day mansion butler type of things. But the key details that I also want to highlight is when he was going to, like, you know, clean the bathrooms with Rom, and then Rom pretty much explains how Beatrice, like, whole room switching thing works. Pretty much Beatrice is like connected to like every single like room in the mansion. So every single room you see here, she's connected to. So therefore, every single door that you will open has a slight chance of her being there. From this day alone, Subaru has already guessed it right 3 times. Keep that like a little mental note in the back of your mind, okay? Skipping all the way up until where it gets to like, you know, the nighttime portion, to where he's talking with Amelia. Amelia's talking to like her spirits and stuff, and pretty much he was talking to her, explaining everything that happened throughout his entire day, saying how like he learned so many stuffs. He like, you know, cut his fingers from like cutting up the fruits and potatoes and stuff, and how when he went to the village he got bit by a dog. After like conversating for like a little bit, he asks her out on like a date on the village, and then he enters into his room to go to sleep for that date. Shit, I would have probably done the same thing. But here's where we get into exhibit A for the video, because when he wakes up in a different bed, and all of his cuts from last time are gone. So that means we died. With this being like the first scenario, it's pretty much figuring out how the hell did we just die in our sleep peacefully. Now looking at it, Subaru kind of just glossed over like everything. He didn't even like put no thought into it.
Why have I gone back? I take it you don't remember me, so it's like none of it ever happened.
What happened, damn it? Everything reset again!
For me, I would have been like, okay, let's look at it like, you know, at a broad perspective, okay? What did I do to like, you know, ward me dying overnight? I really didn't even do much. All I did was just do some cooking, did some cleaning, cut some grass, went to the village, got bit by a dog.
Objection!
It was that damn dog. If he kind of would have took like 2, maybe 3/3 of a second to actually like think about something like that, this whole, I swear to you, the route would have been different, okay? The whole route would have been different. Because I don't know about you, but if I get bit by an animal in real life, I'm automatically assuming that that motherfucker got rabies. Transport me to a freaking fantasy world, I'm thinking if I get bit by an animal, they got super rabies. So generally speaking, like as soon as I woke it up and I figured out that, damn, that dog bit me, that's probably the reason why I died. It had super rabies. The whole, like, I would have just done everything all over again, but probably change up 1, maybe 2 things. The one is looking back at what Amelia told Subaru, which was,
In that case, why didn't you simply choose to become a permanent guest rather than an employee?
I never thought of that!
shit, I know you did it, my boy, that's why I'm here. And 2, not getting bit by that damn dog.
Hey there, buddy.
In regards of like Amelia telling Subaru that he could have just chose to just live here instead of working here as a guest, I would have also added on, hey yo, why don't somebody train me on how to fight? Maybe like shoot out a spell or do something like help a brother out. This world wicked. I'm gonna need to, like, you know, defend myself somehow. All around, let's just look over Exhibit A. We go to sleep, we die and reset. What killed us? Some random dog that we saw in a village. Like, to be honest, it shouldn't have taken 3 episodes for this man to figure this out. But continuing down his route, on the day of the reset, he decided that he was just going to continue like as everything was normal from his first reset. So he just decided to go through everything, work throughout the house, talk to everybody, so on and so forth. He talked with Amelia, re-got the date, everything is looking fine. Up until where he decided to where he was going to stay up all night. Here's where we enter Exhibit B, Arc 2, the killer. Because when those super rabies were kicking in, they were hitting. Because this man started throwing up all over the place. He could barely move. But to be honest, he got taken out of his misery indubitably because immediately right after he hit those second steps, he got sniped. In this situation, what he could have done, I say a bit differently, was checking every door. Because he knows that Beatrice is somewhere between these doors, okay? He knows that if he opens up a random door, there's a random chance that she might be there. Now, whether if she will help us out or not, it's a good guess, okay? But it's still worth the try even if we guess right. And if we guess wrong and keep guessing wrong, then guess what? We're just gonna die from the super rabies. If the super rabies don't get us, then guess what? The random killer's gonna get us. So in this scenario, if he would have checked every door, it would have turned into a lose, maybe win type of scenario. Because if Beatrice decides to help us out or not. But if she doesn't, then we're dead regardless. But going through the episode, Subaru pretty much just does everything that he did in the past 2 resets. But what he did differently was actually talking to Beatrice about whether if there's something that can weaken a person. She ended up giving him the information on like how could somebody do it. And he actually used his IQ. Oh my god. Good shit. Good shit, my boy. I see you using your resources. Good shit. Good shit. And my praise does not stop there. Because when he decided that he was gonna go off and try to like confront the killer by waiting for him outside the mansion, it was actually some good thinking. Now, my only thing that I gotta ask you is, what the hell was you gonna do if there was multiple? I don't know if you thought about that one, my boy. I don't know if you thought about that. But in the end, as soon as the sun started to set, the killer actually took the bait and started attacking Subaru. Nowhere to go, my man ended up jumping off the cliff. I thought my man was committing no breathe for a second, but he actually had, like, he had rope around himself. My man actually had an escape plan. Okay, my man's actually using his battle IQ. When the killer threw the freaking ball and chain and he caught the chain and started like holding it back. But Subaru's weak though. Subaru's just a regular human. Yeah, alright. With holding the weapon, the killer decided to show herself in its rim.
Sorry.
Damn, bro, why did it have to be her? Subaru ended up talking to her and then he ended up learning just how little trust they had in him. With all the strength in his body. Hey, this is post-editing Nexus. For the motherfuckers that said that the phone wouldn't work, what is this? He decided to run away and fucking absolutely destroyed her. My fault. He absolutely just destroys her and knocks her on the floor. Like, why the hell did she fall over like this? Like, okay, breaking the fourth wall. When I saw this scene again, I'm like, dude, she's not weak. How the hell did he do this? But getting back to it. As he's running away, he does not end up getting far, and she ended up slicing my man's leg off with the power of wind. But she ends up healing up his leg just so she can interrogate him and ask him questions. And that interrogation can just be summed up in one clip.
Oh god, why are you killing me?
Because you smell like shit!
Is that really a reason to kill someone?
And when this man wakes up, he just has a whole ass panic attack. Now, looking over this scene, absolutely analyzing every key detail of this, let me just break it down for y'all. My fault. But in all seriousness, this whole portion of events is so unwinnable. Because if we, let's just say, decide on stabbing Rem and ends up, like, I don't know, killing her, right? Now we're gonna have the whole house after us. It's not like they're gonna be asking us questions on why we did it. No, they won't. They're gonna have nothing but straight smoke in their eyes. Straight demon time. And then the other option that Subaru kind of was not even doing, which was like actually answering her questions. All this man was talking about some, y'all gave me a house, y'all gave me food, y'all taught me how to write. Answer her questions. She don't care about that. You lost your leg and she's going to kill you. Like, I would have been answering her questions, but then even that, even let's just say if I answer her questions and she does believe me, at that point, kill me. I lost a leg. What am I gonna do with one leg in this cruel, cold ass world? But we're waking up and now we know exactly who the killer is. Granted, I know damn well we ain't gonna do nothing about that, okay? We'll see what she's capable of. We ain't gonna do nothing about that. We're not gonna confront her. But throughout all of this right now, we officially have gotten a win con. Beatrice. Because since Subaru was tweaking out, they decided that, hey, there's probably something wrong with him, and Beatrice, since she was the one that healed him, probably did something to him. So in return, she ended up just making a like pact or contract with him to like protect him from like anything that he's just worried about. With literally having somebody watching over us and practically having a bodyguard, there's literally nothing that could happen. If Rim tries to attack us, we got Beatrice to defend us. When we go to the village and like, you know, the dog bites us, she can help us out with whatever the hell it did to us. With simply Beatrice watching over us, she can literally vouch for us and say, yo, he's nothing to worry about. He hasn't done anything wrong. So therefore, everybody will literally take her word, hopefully, and stop trying to kill us. Subaru right here missed the perfect opportunity to have like the perfect route. If he would have literally just did everything from bar for what he did, now that he has this contract, everything would have probably been fine. And truly speaking, I probably do not even gotta go over option 3 because option 3 never happened. But with continuing the same route that Subaru did, just moping around in the bed and just sitting there and then chilling out with Beatrice in her library when it hit nighttime, just so she can have all eyes on us, the unthinkable happened. Rem ended up getting the super rabies. If I could say throughout this entire video, the stupidest thing that Subaru has ever done to this point is right here, and that is literally not saying anything. You know that they think that you're like a spy or some type of intruder or something, and you decide to not say nothing and then run away without saying a word. Bro, I do not know why the hell he didn't just say anything. He could have just said something other than just being vague, talking about some, I'm sorry. Like, no, bro, I would have been something like, curse the cowardly dog in that bitch. As soon as I walked through that door and I seen her dead, I would have been like, Mario! On me, I would have just done something other than just being quiet and then like have them actually think that I did it. Even though I know I did it and Beatrice is vouching for me, to be honest with you, I have some beef with Puck too, because Puck was the one that said,
It's okay, Leah, because I can't find any trace of hostility or malice in him at all.
And he's not here vouching for me too? Bro, he an op. Nah, forget Puck. Nah, fuck him. Without saying like anything, without putting his 2 pieces in, he ends up running away into the forest up to like this cliff. And you already know what he does. He ends up just jumping off. No lie, Beatrice. He didn't even try nothing to save him. Some protection. We end up back at square one again. I swear to you, bro. We wouldn't have to reset this many times if he went down my route. I swear to you. With having so much knowledge, so much information to play around with, he decides to just go throughout the entire day as normal, but trying absolute hard. Like, this man was sweating these jobs, okay? But with trying too damn hard, he ended up kinda almost slipping up right here.
No, that's okay! Let me take care of the vase and flowers, I insist!
When did you learn where the vases are kept? Did my sister?
That's right! Your sister told me! Since she knows me and how much of a klutz I am, she said,
You're bound to break a vase eventually. I'll tell you where the extra vases are so you'll always be prepared.
But in the long term, I guess that kind of helped him out. Because with stressing all day, my man ends up getting comforted by Amelia. And with this gesture alone, it cleared our name of any allegations. So with completing that task, Subaru is still trying to figure out who's casting these weakness spells on everybody. So with making his way to the village, he has every single person touch him, grab him, pause, it just so he can go to Beatrice that same day and like see who did it, who did it, because if they touched him on the shoulder, then he knows that the old man did it. So when he goes back to Beatrice and then they pretty much talked it out and he showed her like the whole curse mark thing to where the dog bit him, now Subaru has confirmation that it's the dog. Now getting into the final scenario 3, and I'm gonna get a lot of comments. I already feel it. I feel it in my soul as me recording this. I'm going to get a lot of comments of people saying, "Oh no, you're not gonna do that. You're not about it. You're not him." But if I say that I'm fully capable of doing this, I'm fully capable of doing this, because when I got confirmation that it's the dog that's been cursing us the entire time, I would have, on that same exact night, I would have abused Return by Death just so I can recycle that whole day all over again. I already know what I gotta do. I just gotta scream at Rim and Ram just so Beatrice can come in here and give me the contract, go through the whole day all over again, trying my absolute ass off, keep doing exactly what I was doing on the previous day, which was sweating the butlery, literally just being an absolute sweat lord, and then going to Amelia and then having her comfort me, clear my name of the freaking allegations that I'm gonna do something. And when we get to the village, I'm snitching on this dog. Yo, get that dog out of here. I read in a book somewhere that that's a demon dog. It curses people. Then I would have had all the villagers on my side and they would have threw that dog in the woods. Shit, they probably would have marked it. So you damn well know I'm gonna abuse Return by Death if it means my best outcome. Like, sure, yeah, I'm still gonna have to go through like the mental trauma and the freaking trials and tribulations of committing no breathe on myself, but at the same time, it's for the greater good. Bigger scenarios that people in my comments kind of wanted me to go over, and that is possibly his biggest death loop in the anime at this moment. Now, simply because we're only doing one scenario, this is possibly going to probably take up the whole entire video, so that's why we're only doing one scenario for right now. But before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this type of content. We're close to 1K. Now, before we get into like the death loop of Subaru, we have to get context of what led up to that point. So the episode that we're gonna pretty much go over was the last thing that happened in the last video, which was Subaru becoming a true toy to all these dogs. So him waking up in the bed and pretty much asking everybody exactly what happened, they pretty much explained to him that he got held up by everybody, but he is on a time limit because they did not get rid of the curse fully. They got rid of some of them, but there was like, you know, it's in bits of pieces that was deep inside that they cannot reach. So therefore, to get rid of the curse fully and for him to not die again, they have to pretty much find the dog that gave him that curse. So we're getting all of the information from Beatrice. He started to like, you know, put 2 and 2 together and started to make out a plan, but he really couldn't like think of anything up until where he started to realize something. He's missing somebody. Where's Rim?
Do this all on my own. I have to save him.
You will die.
So realizing that Rim wanted to freaking solo squad into the damn forest with all those demon dogs, Ron pulls up and gets the information, and then so she decides to be on go too. So now Subaru and Ram is pretty much duo squatting inside the forest. Now, truly speaking, to like, you know, cut to the chase and stuff, because this isn't our like, you know, our main topic for the video. It is the death loop. I pretty much have to go over this episode to give context to the death loop and to, you know, give Subaru a little bit of praise, okay? because Lord help him for later in the video. Because throughout this entire episode, my man was actually being pretty useful. He was actually going kind of crazy. Now, my only thing that I would change up about this is the fact of the matter that he was going to use the trigger word to summon all the mob beasts, which is telling somebody that he has returned by death. I would have waited till we got into an open area to do that BS. Why would you do it like in the forest to where you can get jumped at or lashed at any direction? But with making like, you know, just that one small mistake, everything kind of went flawlessly and pretty much good for the most part. Now, because I kind of got to hit my like petty quota for today, this goes back to like the time to where everybody wanted to say, oh, Subaru is a human and he's just a regular person. Yeah, not no regular person is going to be able to carry another person inside their arms one-handed while also being in a full sprint to outrun these dogs and also throw them this high up and this far. This man is superhuman. I do not care what anybody says. So with them knocking out Rem and pretty much putting her back to normal, and now Subaru pretty much takes on the Alpha Doshagama. Hey, yo, quick reference for all my people who played the Monster Hunter Wilds, bro. Hey, who's been playing Wilds? Who's been playing Wilds? Even during this fight, I have to give Subaru some props. Using the magic to, like, make the little freaking dispel mist trap to blind them, and then also getting a hit off? Shit, hey, bro, clap it up. Clap it up for Subaru. Hey, that was good job. That was a good job. Sucks you couldn't get the kill because Roswell had to hit him with the Oogawa. But sadly, here's where shit's gonna start getting real. Here's where my praising and stuff ends right here. So, I'ma give you guys time, my Subaru Glazers who are probably watching this video. I'ma give you guys time to click off because I'm about to say some shit that's gonna probably get all of y'all mad. But before you guys leave, go subscribe to my gaming channel. We go crazy over there. Now it's time for us to start to get into the death loop. And all I have to say about this death loop is that, to be honest with you, this shit shouldn't have even happened. Like, truly speaking, like, when people brought this up, I was actually genuinely like, damn, I'm gonna have to spend countless of hours thinking of, like, how the hell am I gonna do some mental gymnastics to beat this death loop? But to be honest with you, this shit literally gets solved with one clip from the anime.
Important, so I'll be on my best behavior. I know I'm a goof, but...
Well, sorry, but this is really important. I think it would be best if you remained behind, okay? If you remained behind, okay?
All he had to do was sit his ass home. I'm going to repeat myself for the people in the back. All he had to do was sit his ass home. Because breaking my rule for real quick, right? Looking at it, right? If he would have just sat his ass home, Amelia would have did her shit in the capital. There's nothing for him to worry about because Roswell is there, Reinhardt is there, the Knights of freaking Frithonius are there.
Smash.
Everybody's there. There's nothing that could truly happen that would have Subaru worry, right? Everybody would have came back home to the mansion, and let's just say if the witches cult were to still attack,
The Ku Klux Klan!
everybody is still there, and therefore, let's just say if Subaru dies in that attack, which most likely he probably might, now he knows and he has that information to work off of, and he can set up a lot of crap Home Alone style. This entire death loop is because this man just did not listen.
If you remained behind, okay?
He heard what she said, but just did not listen. Even when he went to the Capitol, he still did not listen. He had a second chance for this death loop to not happen.
Either way, let me go with you!
I can't bring an outsider into this. So please, Just wait here with Rem until it's over.
If he would have just sat his ass home, picked up a book and read it, or did anything else all day, he wouldn't have gotten his ass whooped by the night and wasted an entire day. He wouldn't have gotten Amelia pissed off at him and them getting into that big fight. In third and final, he wouldn't have been left at the Capitol and then having to do the race all the way to the mansion. Because if he would have listened to the first time, he would have already been there. Like, truly, there's no reason for me to like possibly go over each and every scenario, because the only best solution was the solution given to him in the beginning.
It would be best if you remained behind, okay?
Because other than that, I would have been stuck. There is truly nothing that I could come up with better than just keeping his ass home, because anything else would have just ended up in the same exact scenario that he ended up with right then and there. There's nothing that I can truly say to BS my way out of it either. Like, I know I'm on board with abusing return by death as much as I possibly can, but even doing that in this scenario wouldn't help. All it would have done, it was just add on to the death counter. Like, everything about this whole sequence of events literally truly just pissed me off to the absolute, because every single time that this man ended up in a type of scenario, all I kept on saying to myself was, you should have just kept your ass home. Having me actually sound like a damn parent talking about some, damn bro, you should have just listened. And like, I have another scenario too, just to like, you know, take it to like another further, because people probably will still not believe me when I say that this man is hearing what people are saying but just ain't listening. When they got word that the witch cult is attacking, like, you know, the whole mansion area where Roswell and stuff is at, Rem pretty much tells him that they cannot take the quickest route due to the white whale.
We used a road that's covered in fog now. We'll have to use a detour.
Who cares about a little fog?
The fog is created by the white whale. If we encounter it, we'd never get out alive.
Skipping over, this shit happens. Now sure, we can play around and be like, oh, he probably forgot it due to everything that he saw previously. No! Like, that is crucial information that you're just probably not going to forget about. Like, I understand it probably like slipped your mind, but then like eventually it would kind of kick in like,
Rid of my excess stock.
didn't Rim say something about like fog or some shit? When I decided to take that quicker route back to the mansion. And then what also got me when the white whale was attacking was when like everything happened and he got knocked off the little carriage crap due to this one asshole. This man was talking about some, like, no bro, no, you wanna die, you want to die here so that you can reset. But rambling out the way, all in all, in conclusion, this entire death loop and everything that he went through shouldn't have even happened if he would have just listened the first time and kept his ass home. I'm not saying everything would have been sunshines and rainbows. I'm not saying that that is like the perfect route. The witch cult would have still attacked, but at least now he has a lot of better options than being stuck in the Capitol. The only con to this is that we just do not get possibly one of the best speeches in anime.
You have...
Bullshit! What do you know? What the hell do you actually know about me, huh? Nothing!
So class, this will be the last video that I am ever going to make on season 1 of Re:Zero before, you know, we get to season 2. But I'm kind of just getting ahead of myself there. As you guys know, in the last video, we kind of talked about, like, you know, his very first death loop in the anime, which, you know, we kind of saw fairly easily. But to be honest with you, we're kind of still in that loop. So be right back.
I think it would be best if you remained behind, okay? That was our plan from the very beginning. Remain behind, okay?
And that's why I'm a big advocate on fan service being in anime. Thick thighs do save lives. What What the hell are you doing here? The white whale. Oh shit, the white whale. The white whale. I got you. All right, bro. Don't take long. I was kind of doing something here. Hey, yo, what the hell is this? Well, now that we handled that, today's video is kind of gonna be, like, I guess, kind of different, okay? Because we're not only going to be going over, like, some of Subaru's mistakes. To be honest, we're not even gonna go over any of his mistakes. Because during this, like, you know, white whale arc, like, fight, he didn't really do anything wrong. So in today's video, we are actually going to be going over everybody else's mistakes, because I think Subaru just passed on the stupidity to the other different characters. But before we get into that, remember, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because we're close to 1K. To start off this video, I'm going to be giving Subaru his much needed praise throughout this entire series, okay? We kind of been dunking on him, but he kind of teed up in this last arc. Like with my man securing the deal with Crunchyroll. Like, with my man setting the timer for the phone for, like, the white whale to spawn in. Even some of the strats that he was doing during this fight was absolutely just goated. Taking one for the team to be the bait to get the attention of the white whale, that is just props, bro. Just props to this man. He locked in this fight. Like, sure, there was, like, you know, a little bit of bumps in the road. There was, like, you know, certain things that were happening that was kind of like hindering my man a little bit, but he was still going crazy nonetheless. Even like using the tree to kill the white whale in the end, props. Foolproof. Everything on Subaru's part was absolutely just goated. And even going past the white whale fight for like a little bit, even during like the pedal gears, he did not do nothing wrong. To be honest, everything was just going really, like, you know, really good up until, like, you know, he started to get his brain taken over by pedal gears. But that's just something that was just kind of like thrown out of left field. Like, we didn't know he can do that at the time, but when he ended up getting killed by, you know, Felix, #1 waifu,
Smash.
he ends up respawning and telling everybody that he can take over other people's bodies, and that there's also other vessels that he has that we have to take care of first before we take him on. 100% success rate. Like, bro, my man was actually thinking. My man was going crazy. Like, watching this made me think, like, damn, bro, where was this at the whole anime? If he was thinking like this, we wouldn't be having this series right now. So in turn, like, there's really nothing for me to go over about Subaru. Like I said, everything flawless. I have nothing to say. Now, we're gonna get on to the people that I need to fix. Because what the hell were most of these people doing during the white whale fight? Like, my main offenders in this whole entire ordeal has to be, sadly, Crunchyroll and Wilhelm. Oh my god, we're gonna get to Wilhelm. Oh my lord, we're gonna get to him when we get to him. But for starters, we're gonna start with Crunchyroll. Now, like I said, I don't want to dunk on Crunchyroll because, to be honest, she was also one of the MVPs in this fight. But it's just like a little bit of these mistakes that I'm just sitting here like, damn, bro, if you would have just done X, Y, and Z, you would have two-turned this white whale. For starters, her freaking dismantle sword. She was the first person to deal at least significant damage to the white whale with throwing out these damn dismantles. Why wasn't she spamming the hell out of this? At least for like a little bit. Like, throw two at the same time and you would have cut at least significantly deeper. And then when like your whole entire wizard squad fired off these puny ass explosions because they weren't doing shit, it would at least dealt a lot of damage. Now, like, we can argue and say, okay, maybe like she didn't want to use any, like, you know, mana, she wanted to preserve her shape. Fair. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with us, like, you know, like discussing about that. But I felt like she should have been throwing them out at least a little bit more than like 5 times. I can count on my one hand how many times she threw those dismantles, okay? Underutilizing that kind of attack is actually kind of just like, damn, it's underwhelming if you think about it. Because in the anime, they state that the magic and mana and stuff that they were firing at the white whale was just bouncing off of its skin.
Its white hair scatters mana and disperses force. My magic wasn't as effective as it appeared either.
So slashes were the way to go. So her not really spamming it at that point of them discovering that is just crazy in my opinion. And then the second thing that I have to get on her about is when the white whale started to like spew out that fog. Bro, okay. Not everybody can have like the scouting capabilities of Captain Yami of the Black Bulls, okay? But where the hell are your wind users?
Stupid.
You couldn't be the only person on that battlefield that is a wind user. Where are they? Like, we could say that they probably died to the white whale, but you try to tell me that you wizards only spec'd in the fire and nothing else? You try to tell me that y'all couldn't use any other elements? Like, bro, because we clearly see that she's able to, like, push the fog away with the wind. So where the hell are the rest of the wind users? Did she not pick any of them up? And we can't say that like all of the magic users died, because we can see towards like the end of the battle that they still had more magic users. None of y'all knew wind? None of y'all at least didn't know one wind spell? Like, y'all are throwing the elo. To be honest with you, I don't even blame that on Crochet. Y'all are throwing the elo. Like, y'all are trying to tell me that she has to micromanage every single one of y'all? Like, none of y'all have the common sense to just be like, yo, there's fog. Yo, guys, let's all use, like, a wind tornado or a wind spell to just dissipate most of the fog. Nothing? Nothing clicked in your head? So, to be honest with you, I can't even more so put that on Crochet, okay? Because Crochet did it. So, you trying to tell me that nobody else decided to do it too? And now we get into the biggest offender of this damn fight. The sole reason of why this fight took as long as it fucking did. And that is Wilhelm. Oh my god, what was this man doing? Bro, this man took the whole fight, this man took this whole serious ordeal and just turned this shit into a comedy, okay? Because what are you doing giving this white whale a tattoo in the middle of this damn fight? What are you doing running up and down his body, doing no damage? All these cuts are shallow. You are tickling this man. You're not doing anything. You're just doing shit. You're trying, like, you're clip farming. That's the best way I can put it. You're just clip farming. You could have been killed this well, or at least did more significant damage, because in the middle towards the fight, we also see that you easily cut off the fin without no difficulty. You know the fin. So why the hell weren't you aiming for its vitals? You could have knocked this well out the sky 3 decades ago, but you decide to give this man freaking cuts and bruises. Like, you weren't doing nothing. And you also cut out the eye easily. What stopped you from cutting out the other eye? What stopped you from cutting off its horn?
Stupid.
Bro, dude, I don't care what nobody says. If I have like a Wilhelm defender in my comment section, you cannot defend this. You can't. And then he fucked around and got eaten and proceeded to do the same thing. You were spamming this shit, bro. Like, nothing went into your head to be like, all right, bro, let me aim for some vitals. Let me start aiming for, like, you know, some crucial spots. Nothing. Like, my man was genuinely just wasting energy to waste energy. This white whale was barely moving. This white whale was barely doing anything. You had decades to, like, go for anything, but you decide to give this man some damn outlines on his skin. Come the fuck on, bro. Lock in for me. Actually, no, clock out for me. Somebody else take his spot. And then when they got the white whale actually grounded from the tree from earlier, you still doing freaking 3 sets of fuck all? Like, why are you moving? Why are you doing all of this stuff? Just kill it already. Now, if this white whale would have gotten up or pushed the tree off and continued the fight, oh, it would have been your fault? It wouldn't have been your fault that everybody would have possibly died because you wanted to freaking mess around and do some bullshit? Like, damn, you wanted to freaking take your wife's swords away. We need to take your fucking swords away, okay? You freaking don't deserve them. You messing around. She was a way better swordsman than your ass. She would have killed this white whale in 3 seconds. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a damn. Like, this man was clip farming in the middle of a battlefield. Who do you think you are? Everybody died. Like, to be honest, we could also get on everybody else's ass like the Burger Cat, because y'all did a net damage of like 1 throughout this entire fight with all that screaming. Or we can get on like this wolf guy who was talking up the utmost of shit throughout this entire battle just to take out 1 tooth, and then you lost your arm. What the fuck? Like, I swear to you, bro, this whole white whale fight is just a shit show. This shit was just a comedy, bro. To be honest, out of all of ReZero, I don't think I have ever laughed so hard in my life up until watching this white whale fight, bro. I swear to you. Now, like I said in the beginning, I know this isn't typically like the series of ReZero of where, like, you know, we try to fix or make better decisions than Subaru, because like I said in the beginning, my man teed off in this last arc. And everybody else, y'all needed to do better. But all in all, to be honest, the main person that we should be blaming throughout this entire ordeal for this fight lasting as long as it did is definitely not Crunchy, it's not Felix, it had to be Wilhelm. And I do not give a damn what anybody says. This man actually could have just did a lot more than what the hell he did throughout this entire fight. This man is looking like episode 1 Subaru in this fight. I don't care what anybody says. This man got the title of like strongest sword wielder or whatever the hell. Yeah, nah, bro. He did not showcase that shit throughout this entire white whale fight at all. But as usual, I'm gonna have people in my comment section defending this man. To be honest, I cannot wait to read you guys' comments. This is gonna be hilarious. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that I was spitting in this video? You think that I was actually right about these certain situations, that this whole white whale fight should have lasted as long as it did? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you disagree with what I said throughout this entire video, also leave it down in the comments. I read everything. Okay, I read all you guys' comments. But with that being said, that concludes season 1 of ReZero. And if you're new to this video, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're close to 1K, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to miss the other decisions or better things that we say in season 2. All right, we're gonna be cooking in season 2. I hope. But with that being said, that's the bell. Pack your bags. Class dismissed.